Good evening, everyone, and a big welcome to this fantastic evening, the Scalar Convocation Day. I can already sense the excitement that's in the air, or should I say, the excitement that I can sense over broadband, right? Because here we are over Zoom celebrating Scalar's Convocation Day, celebrating your success, each and every one of you who are part of this journey and part of this story. My name is Kuna, and I'd like to welcome all our students, instructors, mentors, each and every one of you who truly imbibe the spirit of Scalar and have been with Scalar on this amazing, amazing journey. Now, when Scalar was launched in 2019, our mission was to be India's top edtech startup focused on upskilling college students and tech professionals and creating the finest software engineers in the country. And today, this convocation evening is a testimony to that dream becoming a reality. With an industry vetted curriculum that provides the highest quality technology education in the world and a mentorship program powered by over 1,000 tech leaders and subject matter experts working with leading organizations from Google to Facebook to Microsoft to Hotstar Snapdeal, well, Scalar has generated better careers for all of its students. And I think something that should make us really proud, a little bit of a note which I'm sure all of you will feel very proud about. In 2020, Scalar placed more learners in Amazon than all of the IITs combined. And that is a feat unmatched and should make us all very, very proud. So, big round of applause to the entire Scalar team for achieving that. Now, today, as we celebrate the success of our students graduating, in it also lies the success of Scalar. And we would like to thank all of you, the students, instructors, mentors, and each and every one of you for partnering in this success. So, come on, time for us to celebrate the success with this convocation ceremony and take us on this fantastic evening that we've got planned for all of you. So, sit back and enjoy the show. It's your evening. But for you to do that, we're going to set you up on a few Zoom instructions, okay? While we would have loved to do this convocation in person, I know, yeah, but the chat tells me that you're still having fun, you're still excited. So here are a few Zoom instructions just to set you up as to how you can enjoy this convocation day of yours seamlessly over a virtual platform like this. And now I'm going to invite someone who's really, really loved at Scalar as a mentor, someone we really look up to, we are very, very fond of, and also the co founder of Scalar Academy. He's here to tell us how excited he is with the first convocation at Scalar. So please join me with that virtual round of applause to welcome Anshuman Singh, co founder of Scalar Academy. Zordar Talia. Hi, Anshuman.
Hi. Thank you so much for that introduction. Thank you. And again, thank you everyone for joining. Very glad to see all of you back. Brings back a lot of old memories. But before we kick this off, actually just wanted to maybe share some context on why we're doing this. When we started Scalar back in 2019, April 2019 was the first batch. It was called Interview Bit Academy back then. Some of you might remember, but it changed to Scalar Academy later on. The purpose or the mission statement was, how do we create an online Stanford? How do we create this truly university feel to everything, which produces large outcomes in people's lives? And just staying true to that mission. I mean, if you just explore why is Stanford a Stanford, while content, instructors, everything else might be in place, look, I mean, that still does not make a Stanford. A Stanford is made by its people who studied there. And like Stanford becomes more and more powerful because of its alumni. Because alumni are this influential set of people who keep helping each other. Just because I'm part of Stanford, there are other alumni who open doors for me. There are other alumni who help existing students, plus like peer group as well, right? And like I get help in return as well. So it is important to acknowledge the fact that today our alumni set is probably one of the most powerful alumni set that is present in India. And it is important that we bring all of you together to be able to interact with each other a lot, help each other a lot. That bonding is going to create more or less a superpower for all of us. So hence it is important that one, I mean, we call out some memories from what has happened in the past, but in general, just to get you all together, to get you all to maybe I mean, we would have loved for all of you to be here physically and then sort of meet everybody face to face. But next best thing, like get introduced to each other and help out, like help out in all fashions throughout the lifetime, because there's a lot that you'll get back in return as well, as help, right? Like just be part of this community that's at so many different influential places and can open doors for each other. So that's the purpose of organizing this. There is a lot more, however, I mean, while there is a higher purpose and so forth, I mean, there is so much that is to come and is going to happen as part of this convocation. But the true spirit, again, just calling out, be a part of this community, help each other out. You'll realize that you'll get a lot more back in return.
Thank you very much, Anshuman. And I think you rightly put it. In fact, the last 18 months has been like a really, awakening call for us, right? Because communities are what have survived through the last 18 months. Okay, the sense of belongingness. We've been so drawn away from community that we've all realized how important community building is. And I think Scalar does a fabulous job of building this community. Okay, if not, what are we into but connecting the dots, right? It's all about that at the end of the day. So thank you very much, Anshuman. So here is a little video to tell us what this evening means to all of us. Have a look.
January 2020 that I was visiting our office here. We are on the 9th floor of this building called Sakti Statesman. So I was just taking the lift to come up to just see how the progress is going in the office. And I did not notice that there was somebody actually following us. When we reached the office, when I stopped, this person who was following us came running and touched my feet. I got to know then that this person is probably one of the persons sitting in amongst us. His name is Akhil. He had joined Mobile Premier League. And he was telling me of the environment in his college that did not give him access to a lot of opportunities. More than half of the people would not even get to a placement. And here he was working for this company, changing the face of what fantasy gaming would look like. 2.5 years back, we started with a problem statement. The problem statement was, how do we build online Stanford, a place which has the highest quality of tech education for everyone. As a solution to that problem statement, Scalar was born, and we had our first 850 early believers.
We are absolutely grateful to you for first believing in yourself and then placing your belief in us. We are here today to celebrate your hard work, grit and passion.
If I look back, 240,000 problems solved, 650,000 hours of learning and 850 learners ahead, I don't believe I could have written the script any better.
Well, this is your moment to shine. Let us start with the stories from the people who are the happiest to see you succeed.
We know the impact that we create on each and every placement that we make, and that's one of the reasons why we strive every day, not just to onboard any sort of opportunity, but to get best of the best opportunities for our learners. My message to our learners would be that never stop learning, and most importantly, never forget the hard work that you have put in that has helped you come this far, and this is the only thing that is going to help you to go wherever you want to in life.
The students were very hardworking and very excited. Most of them were had a lot of things to do in their daytime. Even after that, they were able to put 5 hours per day in this course, which means that they were really hardworking and diligent. Almost all of them have got a job. What generally happens is that when people get a job, they just get busy with their office work and they focus on a specific domain. But I would say that all these students should never stop learning. They should always keep learning. They should always keep a growth mindset.
Seeing a student who was struggling in their lives, struggling with family issues, struggling with financial issues, right? Seeing them almost break down, right? But keep their enthusiasm, keep their hard work still, and finally reach their dream company. right, get into a stable, high-paying job and seeing their life getting fixed. I mean, emotionally connecting with the students at that level, that has been the most fun experience for me very personally. All the best, guys, and I'm so proud of you. I hope that you will go to the top companies in the world. Many of you will open your own companies. And I hope that whatever you have taken at Scalar, you pass it forward, you solve the bigger problems in the world. That is what tech enables us to do. That is what the aim, the long-term aim of Scalar is, to transfer, to change the way the tech industry works across the world.
Today, we are proud to announce that more than 700 top product companies have hired more than 2,000 Scalar graduates. From Amazon to Zomato, from entertainment to e-commerce, they are already making a big impact every day. We congratulate all of you for reaching this milestone and wish you the best for your future journey.
I just hope that some of you would go ahead and start the Googles and the Facebooks of tomorrow. We'll start those companies in India and build it for the world.
Remember that our doors are always open for you. Scale upward and forward.
We can't be more proud as Team Scalar. Thank you. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for joining us.
Well, at Scalar, it's always been that we've given our students the opportunity to interact and be inspired by industry leaders and visionaries. And at a convocation ceremony like this, it is customary and time-bound honored tradition to have the commencement speech by an individual who truly lights the spark of inspiration and belief among students. Our commencement speaker today really needs no introduction, but still, I'll take that risk. A serial entrepreneur, investor, and innovator in financial services, he founded one of India's earliest fintech firms, Freecharge, which pioneered online payments. His latest venture, Cred, which we all know about, founded in 2018, is a platform that brings the benefits of high-trust community to credit-worthy individuals, brands, and financial institutions. He's a big advocate of India's startup ecosystem with 100 plus angel investments, several of which are in fintech. And he's been on the advisor of the board of Bennett Coleman and Company, the chairman of the Internet and Mobile Association of India, and an advisor to Sequoia Capital India. It fills you with a lot of excitement, I'm sure, as it fills me with great pleasure to welcome our commencement speaker for the evening with a big round of applause, Mr. Kunal Shah. Zordar Talia. Hi, Kunal.
Hey, how
Welcome
are
to
you?
this convocation ceremony. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, with all that you do, okay, and all that you do to inspire each and every one of us over here, thank you so much, okay, and I know how much you are invested, okay, and when you are invested, I don't just mean with the money, but you are invested with your time, with your energy, with your commitment to make sure that this startup ecosystem of India really reaches the pinnacle that it deserves to. So thank you so much for that. And I'm sure all of our students are waiting to hear from you. So I'm not going to talk anymore. It's over to you, Kunal.
Super happy to be here. As a dropout myself, I don't know if I'm really qualified to make commencement speeches or any kind of academy of sorts. I'm actually particularly excited about what has happened to the world. COVID acted as an accelerant for the world, and everything that was anyways going to happen started happening faster. It almost like a fast forward button that got pressed to the world, and everything in terms of tech adoption saw a step function growth across any categories, because the only way you could survive this pandemic is if you really understood how to use tech, be it getting vaccines, to getting groceries, to getting food delivered to you, or tracking what's happening in an area, or getting into an airport, or getting a visa, whatever it is. And I think that changed everything. Our parents who were reluctant on technology all figured out how to get their vaccine certificates downloaded and order grocery and look for a cab. All the younger people anyways were on tech, but I think the older generation across all geographies moved online. And now nobody feels awkward to say, I will do banking completely online. In fact, the idea of going to the branch seems stupid. idea of going to ATM feels stupid. Idea of doing a cash payment feels stupid. I had tweeted in 2013 that the only way country will become cashless is we announce that all the currencies have a virus in it. Who knew that it can turn out to be true? And a lot of us stopped using cash because the fear of, and by the way, it was always dirty. The currency always had dirt and germs. It's just that it was not fatal enough for us to care about. But automatically that accelerated the world. A lot of you guys are entering in a world where you're going to take the benefit of it, but also shape it. And very few people really understand tech the way you guys do. So you guys have a real serious opportunity to make a big impact and build almost anything and rebuild anything that exists today in a better way. Almost every single product today is inefficient and terrible, and you can make it better, and you guys have the opportunity to build everything. I'm 42. I feel insanely outdated and irrelevant in the world that we are living in because things are changing so rapidly. You guys have the luxury of being at the cusp of it and seeing it in the prime of your age to kind of shape some of these things. I would really love to meet somebody who can really predict what's going to happen in 10 years from now. It's impossible to predict now. The rate of change that we are seeing in the world, because the world has become connected like a superconductor now. All of us, like imagine a meme that becomes popular on Squid Games, reaches the whole world literally in a few hours time, right? Just the same way, good products are reaching millions and millions of customers in no amount of time. And it's going to be scary how fast new things will get adopted and acceleration will happen, because now we are all this large one community that is waiting for any signal from our social world and rapidly adopt something, right? So I think exciting times, scary because all of you will become irrelevant in no time if you don't keep up the game. You may think, acha, yes, scalar ho gaya, now his life is good and I don't need to worry about it. But all of you are more likely to suffer irrelevance faster than I suffered in my growing up, because things don't change as fast, at least when I was growing up. I feel it now. You guys have born in a generation where everything is kind of irrelevant very soon. And only the guys who are constantly learning and only the people who have dx by dy of theirs is much higher than others, and the rate of change and iteration is faster, and behave and treat themselves as products as well, will compound. So it's going to be really about you guys being ambitious and truly raising the bar. If you're waiting for constantly some external help to make you better, I have bad news for you. It's not going to come because by the time you learn it, it's most likely irrelevant, right? I still see there's a guy in Ahmedabad who monetizes entrepreneurship. He teaches entrepreneurship MBA or whatever entrepreneurship course for some 6 lakh, 5 lakh rupees for 6 months or whatever. And I'm like, wow, by the time you actually learn entrepreneurship, you are mostly irrelevant. Same is going to happen for you guys.
Hi. So I follow a lot of your tweets and Instagram, whatever. So I had a question on this the fintech space, right? So how do you see it growing in coming years? So will it be more oriented towards some fund management like small case, or the other way around, like into the what do you say, the Bitcoin thing, right? So how do you see it flourishing from here?
I wish I could give predictions and mantras to ये 4 बार पढ़ लो मंत्र सुबह और 2 साल में fintech अपना सही हो जाएगा. I can tell you one thing, that everything about money is going to get more and more digital, and consumers are going to get more and more savvy with their cell phones to do more and more things. But at the same time, a lot of people will also be scammed, because anything that is exciting in the world of wealth and gives you a lot of joy rarely creates long-term money. Right? Long-term money, just like learning, is boring, right? It has to show up every day and learn it. Anything that seems exciting may not be necessarily going to help in your knowledge. So my request is that don't try to predict trends, but I can tell you one thing, that every single user behavior is going to turn digital. And there are two simple principles that will continue to happen. People will expect more and more friction to disappear from whatever they want to do in life. So if I want to pay, I will expect lesser friction, right? A lot of people use UPI versus credit card because there's sometimes lesser friction to pay through UPI than card, right? So people will let go of rewards sometimes to do, but since a bada transaction karna hai, 10,000 rupees ka, you'll say, ek kaam karta hu yaar, card se kar leta hu. It feels painful to give it to my bank account and I might lose out on reward points, right? So there's going to be a balance of that. And the second principle is that anything that is likely to make money for people will invest. Many a times people will invest in things that they seem that will make them a lot of money, but the market has an interesting way of correcting things. And almost everybody makes similar-ish kind of returns over a long period of time. And therefore anybody who's trying to hack their way into doubling their money in short periods of time will suffer a lot. And the funny enough story about this is that they will not blame the platform for it. They'll blame themselves for it. Arey yaar, I bought this Dogecoin. Arey, they will blame themselves and not the people who promoted Doge or any influencers. And unfortunately, the kind of new investment instruments or the unregulated investment instruments have found voices of influencers who have way more DAU followers than anybody else. And therefore it's likely to create a lot more rough behavior. I read a line which stayed with me, is that lottery is the tax of being stupid in life. So I think what's going to happen is that anybody who believes in any instrument which is going to turn into a lottery will eventually pay the price of it. And I wish I knew crypto is the future or not the future. I can tell you one thing, the ride towards any adoption is going to be painful, because a lot of people will create advantages of dumb retail investors and take advantage of them and make really, really hard for adoption to happen, right? Anybody who's truly interested in studying adoption of crypto and becoming mainstream should do some homework and study history of gold as a metal, and how did it become ubiquitous and how everybody started using it, and what was the turbulent path it took to get there. A lot of people think that they can start predicting future, but they have no interest in studying history. I can tell you one thing, that you will constantly make mistakes because history keeps repeating itself.
So Kunal, currently I'm working as the head of banking engineering in Bright Money, which solves the same problem as the credit. Okay, and this is my second startup, first being Paytm Money. So I'm kind of living through these startups journeys and hoping to be a startup founder sometime in my life later. So my question to you is that, how do you validate if you have what it takes to be a startup founder? What skills are must have to be a successful startup founder? I know this is a very vague question, but what are those intrinsic qualities that someone should have?
I wish I could answer this well. First of all, I'm glad to know that you are in fintechs. I am a small investor in Bright, and I can tell you one thing, that if you need to ask somebody कि क्या करने से मैं founder बन पाऊंगा, we're most likely to never going to become a founder, because it is not going to come from rational answers. It is going to come from irrationality, where most people will tell you, boss, you are an idiot to think you should be doing a startup. Most people will say your idea is stupid and you are stupid, and you still want to do it. That's when you'll become a founder. I can't give you a checklist and say that if you make 7 out of this 10 items, then you will get GPA 7 rank, and then now you can become a founder. I wish that was possible. Unfortunately, all of us have lived our life through appraisal cycles and academic rankings, that we think founder is also some certification that we'll get after we cross 6 items in the checklist. Unfortunately, there isn't any. And therefore, a lot of people who drop out from college succeed. A lot of people at 60 years of age succeed. To me, I think the only way to think about will you be a successful founder or not is Do you like being right a lot? And if you are a person who's generally right a lot when other people disagree with you, you're most likely to be a very successful founder. And being right a lot is a very, very hard skill, almost something that you can't teach, because being right a lot is very, very hard consistently, or more consistently. But I can tell you one thing: if you become a founder, you will definitely become a great employee to have later on, because maturity will accelerate in your life when you become a founder and fail as well. It's the fastest way to know how idiotic you are in life, to become a founder.
Hey, hi, Kunal. Thanks a lot for being here. I'm a big fan of all of your work, and especially all your podcasts. So my question is that when startups start, like for example, it's when Cred started, do you have the roadmap for the future? Like for example, let's say it started just with bill payments. Now we can see loans, P2P loans, money tracker, and all those things coming in. Especially if I look into other startups, let's say Ola started just as a ride-sharing app. Now it's like it's multi-ventured into a lot of things. So I just want to understand from your perspective, like founder perspective, and as well as from an investor perspective, like do you need to have the plan when going to an investor?
It depends on your maturity as a founder, right? If you've done multiple companies before, it's stupid to say I don't have a plan. You need to have a plan. So for whatever we are executing at Cred, I think the plan was written and largely clarified to the early team in 2017, 2018. So everything that we're executing today is from the plan of 2018 that we had built, and 80 to 90% of our roadmap remains identical, including our recent launch Mint as a product. We had written down in our 2017 document that eventually this community can lend to each other and borrow from each other, because it's a trust-based community, and we can figure out that equation. It's like DeFi without calling it DeFi in some ways, right? But I would not recommend that for first-time founders, because you don't necessarily understand what is going to happen, and planning too much requires a lot of runway. Cred fortunately could raise a lot of capital its first round, so it always had 2 years runway or more to plan a lot of these things and constantly execute in future, right? Amazon can potentially have 6 years or 7 years of roadmap and execute today. You need to execute for your roadmap, right? Or your runway. If you have a 1 year's runway, you have to execute for 1 year's runway. You can't say, I had only $1 million of seed funding and I just built perfect app with that money and never launched it, right? You need to adjust your strategy to the runway you have. And a lot of people tend to not be very, very good at it. And therefore they suffer and most likely get shocked in life when they run out of runway by doing stupid spends, right? But in terms of planning, I do believe in it. I fundamentally don't believe in fail fast and A/B experimentations too much. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Imagine Sanjay Leela Bhansali launches a movie and Quentin Tarantino and Nolan launches movie saying that abhi A/B experiment karte hain. 2 movie release karte hain, dekhte kaun sa chalta hai, right? Ultimately, startups are also work of art. You can do micro experiment to say ye kaun sa copy chal raha, kaun sa push notification chala, and so on and so forth. But you can't say, oh, I'm going to launch an original idea and I'm going to A/B the hell out of it and hope that something will work. And this is the curse for most founders who do not have conviction, and goes back to this point of being right a lot, right? Somebody mentioned that it's also an Amazon principle. And it's true. In Amazon, you cannot get promoted unless you are proven to be very good at judgment. And people who are good at judgment, they don't do a lot of experimentation. Do you think we could launch Cred's ads with A/B experiment? Chalo dal ke dekhte hain. And see. You need to believe that you are going to be right a lot and keep pushing content. And therefore, a lot of people who can be serial entrepreneurs or serial directors who are successful or serial musicians who are successful tend to be good because they have very good judgment and they develop the judgment muscle constantly through their launches in life. And they are insanely paranoid. So I think the world has taught everybody that fast experimentation is the way to do. But what if you are just idiotic in your experimentation? What if you have no planning? And therefore, I think most startups are terrible at planning. I'm meeting a startup right now who's building something and they have only 4 months runway left. And they're doing a pivot in the main product, which will require 3 months for them to just build it. And they'll be left with 1 month runway. I said, "To kyun kar rahe ho?" Because we want to prove it works. And I'm like, but in 1 month, can you prove it works? He's like, no. I said, do you have plan to raise money? I said, no. Then what are you really doing? So a lot of people also get emotional. I've seen so many founders take it personally. And therefore, it's very important to be successful. To be a founder is to become extremely shameless. Only shameless people can survive, because the whole world will keep ridiculing you all the time, right? From the time of free charge to cred to every fundraise, majority of the comments are of ridicule and mocking from the world, right? If you get affected by that, you will not amount to much in life. No matter what you do, if you raise money, people will have a problem. If you're a bootstrap founder, people will have a problem. If you give ESOP buyback, people will have a problem. If you give raises to people, people will have a problem. The thing is that in our world, it's very hard to mind our business because most people have no business of their own to mind.
Yeah, got it. Just one question on this. Basically, let's say being from India, you're a founder and an investor both. So let's say if a first-time investor comes to you, what would you expect him to be? Have a concrete MVP or a good roadmap for the next few years?
Depends. If you're a first-time founder with not really knowing how it will evolve, sometimes MVP, good traction is good, right? Traction that seems to be growing on its own without burning a lot of money, right? That's a good traction. Or you seem to be, let's say, burning some money, but seems to be acquiring a higher quality customers, higher engagement, right? And therefore, a lot of investors will have conviction on your business. For example, Cred could afford to monetize later because they trusted the founder and the team behind that founder to say, oh, this guy will figure this out, right? Yeah. When Facebook went IPO, most people joked and mocked it constantly as some sheep flying to each other kind of a thing. Who knew they could monetize this way? So the thing is that a lot of companies choose to monetize later because distribution is the biggest thing that they need to do, right? And India is a weird place where no matter who you are, in like 1 year of Cred, people are like, oh, so how are you monetizing? What's your business model? What's going on? All of that stuff right now. But nobody will ask a WhatsApp that has been here for a decade that how do you monetize? It's a weird equation, like, and that's the thing that in India, you'll notice envy is like Wi-Fi. It's hyper local, right? We only envy our own. We don't envy Elon Musk. We don't mock Elon Musk for doing stupid things, and so on and so forth. So it's just the way we are designed. And I think we have to see a lot more success in our ecosystem before we learn to respect founders versus just mock them. I'll give you an example. In Portugal, if you have been an explorer and gone to like Vasco da Gama and all of these guys who took voyages to discover new places and new lands and new sciences, were given, let's say the tombs were made inside the church along with the kings, and everybody else were in the open cremation ground or whatever, right? So the thing is that you need to start giving people who risk takers a lot of badges. Let's look at our movies, right? Like we have made movie on every athlete. We've made movie on every scamster, every gangster. But most of us do not have any idea about the top business people who build lots of jobs in this country. And you have no clue what the journey is all about. I'll give you a small example. Most of you probably have visited Bombay, and there's a big tower. It's called Rajabai Tower, which is like next to the university. And some of you who are from Maharashtra or Bombay would know that Rajabai Tower is a big tower. That Rajabai Tower has a story behind it. It was made by this gentleman called as Premchand Roychand. Anybody knows in the chat, please go ahead and tell me. Anybody knows who's Premchand Roychand? Anybody has a clue? Don't Google it. If you know, just say yes. Okay, Premchand Roychand was the founder of Bombay Stock Exchange. Oh. And at one point of time, the wealthiest man in Asia. And he built Rajabai Tower for his mom, Rajabai. In Jains, you don't eat after 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. It's called Chauviyar, which you don't eat after 7 p.m. And she could not see. So he built Rajabai Tower for the mom could listen to time, right? So the point is that as a country, if all of us have no clue about this guy who risked all his life, by the way, he became completely poor in life he lost all his money by building Marine Drive, reclaiming that land, and he lost that real estate, money in real estate, and became completely zero in life. But we'll never know these stories because we have celebrated artists and poets and freedom fighters and not capitalists. So the country has unfortunately a weird relationship with wealth. We hate our wealthy, and therefore wealth keeps hating us.
That crab analogy you gave in a podcast, that's so true here. Yeah, that's true.
Thank you very, very much, Kunal. I think those are pure nuggets of gold that you've shared with all of our students, and I'm sure they are just filled with inspiration. They're also filled with reality, okay, because you also have given them a reality check of sorts. But your final words before we let you go, because I know you've got other things on your agenda as well. The final words that you'd like to share with our students this evening.
I would say three things, guys. First, do not work in a place that kills your spirit, because you might get money in life, you might get skills in life, you will never get your spirit back. If any place kills your spirit, don't work there. Uh, uh, because it's extremely perishable. Number one. Number two, don't be scared to be ambitious. And no, the current level of ambition is not good enough. Everybody thought I'm ambitious too, but I'm telling you, all of you are not ambitious enough. Because worst case scenario, your parents would struggle and not even eat. They would have struggle of eating food if they were risk taking in nature. But all of you will never have to worry about shelter, food in life, because there'll be parents, family who will take care of you. If all of you do not take more risk in life, it's a shame, because this is the smartest cohort of people. And unless you do not take risk, you guys are not going anywhere. The country is going nowhere as well. Number three, don't be around people who are not smarter than you, because systematically it will make you an average of them, and they'll keep dragging you down. Be it your workplace, be it people who you hang out with. For example, at Cred, we have made a goal that we will be the highest market cap per capita employee company, and not hire a lot, but have very high quality, small amount of people, and share a lot of wealth. And by design, it forces the average to go up every week, every month in the company. You are better off working in a company where people are more smarter than you, and sometimes get paid less over there, because you'll create more wealth over there eventually, versus take higher salary and work in a startup where most people seem to be dumber than you. You walk into a room and you're like, I can't believe these guys. Like, I can't. And most of you have faced that. Some product managers who's complete idiot, some founders who are complete idiots. Don't suffer them just because you're getting money in life, because what you are losing is challenging work environments and places to thrive. And at this age, if you do not work with great people, the long-term cost of that is immense. Because if you are around non-smart people, they will anyways not figure it out. And that's what I would encourage. But that's all from my side. I wish I could give you more tactical advice. The most I can do is, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'll keep sharing good memes of life. That's all I can do more consistently. But please do make yourselves proud. You guys have an immense opportunity ahead of you. Do some really cool work, guys.
Okay, we'll have to say bye for now. Okay, but once again, okay, dil se shukriya. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Fantastic. So that was what a wonderful session that we had with Kunal Shah. I'm sure on your graduation day, that's going to be one strong memory that you will remember and take back with you throughout your life, throughout your career. The words that you hear right here are the words that truly will inspire you as you go along. Now it's time for us to talk about something that we are really, really excited about. Okay. Now this is about the community. We spoke about how we are all about building the community right here at Scala. And as one of the things that we would like to do as part of this community building is a tailor-made subscription-based community for engineers who want to grow and learn forever. So it will help you become better engineers, reach the next milestone of CTO, tech lead, CPO, etc. And this is what we call Scala Forever. I'm going to request Arnav Gupta, who who is the Scalar product head, to join us right here and tell us more about Scalar Forever. Hi, Arnav. So it's over to you, Arnav, to take us through this community.
So I'll talk a little bit about why we thought about Scalar Forever, and then I will walk you through a little bit about what you can expect out of Forever. And maybe a few of you people already know, because we had sent some communication about, and there was a little town hall also around Forever. But to again paint a bigger picture, I think we are extremely proud that Academy has helped thousands kickstart a whole new level in all of your tech careers. Many of you today at extremely aspirational technical organizations working on projects that span millions of users, even billions of users, and we keep hearing that how you love the challenge that you're getting at work after having gone through Scalar Academy. So we really wanted to go out and talk to both the people whom we have had the opportunity to teach at Scalar Academy, and also to everybody in the tech industry, like eminent leaders of the tech industry, people who are CTOs, VP of engineering, director of engineering at some very big companies like Microsoft, Google, and figure out that what more we can do for the industry to grow, what more we can do to help software engineering professionals keep on achieving more and more things in their professional lives. And we came up with very interesting answers. We found out that early stage career, a lot of people, while they might be thinking that, okay, I want to work at a place where software is working at even larger scale, I want to move to a better technical organizations, but eventually everybody starts thinking the same thing, that how can I become a better software engineer? Or a little more ahead in their career, people are thinking, how can I manage a tech team better? How can I hire better software engineers? How can I lead a software engineering product, or how can I lead a software engineering team better? So it starts becoming, how can I keep growing better? How can I step into bigger shoes? And I keep on doing that over and over again, because it's like climbing mountains. It's not you climb one, you reach the peak, you are happy for a moment, but then you know that, oh, there's a bigger mountain to climb, and you want the next mountain. You want to find out what's the next mountain that you want to climb. And this is where we started forming our idea about Scalar Forever. So what really Scalar Forever is that this is a platform where you can come and find out what can be your next goal in your technical career. It could be you are a backend engineer, maybe you are at a, say, SDE2 level. You might be thinking, okay, what does it take for me to become a tech lead? What does it take for me to then become an architect? What does it take? Like, am I a person who should lead a tech team? Should I become an engineering manager? Should I not become an engineering manager? Should I keep on going up the individual contribution ladder? Is building product something that I like? Can I get into product management? So a lot of opportunities out there. A lot of people want to know, how can I build up the essential skills that are needed to start my own company tomorrow? So with Scalar Forever, this is a platform where you come and we help you explore all of these goals that exist. You can pick up a goal. You can pick up a track that, okay, my track is I want to keep growing in mobile engineering today, or I want to keep growing in product management today. And in that track, we help you find out, okay, what's the next goal can be. And then we do everything that's possible for you to achieve that goal. And when I say everything that's possible, there are a bunch of things that we have figured are really helpful to navigate this technical journey. The biggest thing there is mentors. Mentors, I believe all of you today here in the convocation ceremony, everybody, whenever I talk to you people, you keep saying how big a role your mentor has played in your journey during Scalar Academy. I feel similarly, the mentor plays a journey in also finding out the next goal, helping you achieve that, telling you that, okay, to get to this goal, you need to learn so and so things. So for example, you are at a senior software engineer level, you want to become an architect, you need to be able to design complex systems better. You would also need to be able to manage on allocate certain tasks to junior engineers, mentor them. That could be part of the role. If you become an engineering manager, then hiring people for your tech team, that could be something that you need to learn. Giving feedback to other people in your team, that could be something that you need to learn. A lot of soft skills, communication skills also you have to learn. So a mentor can help you both first identify what is it that component that's needed, and then how to achieve that. Apart from that, we're going to be bringing some really eminent people who have been there, done that, and they are going to be conducting some workshops, some cohort-based courses as well. A 1-month program on teaching how to lead a tech team. So all of these components are going to be there at Scalar Forever, and we are opening this platform up initially exclusively for our Scalar Academy alumni, and eventually it will grow into bigger community and the best place that all software engineers can come and collaborate and learn and grow together. In fact, if you want to join, I think Karthikeya would be sharing a link to how to get onto the wait list, how to join. Some of you have already joined. Once we join, we will be sharing more information with you. Really expecting a lot of you to come on board this platform, and we can help you, achieve next set of goals in your life. Yes, you can just go to the website. The more details are also available on the website. Plus, you can join the waitlist. There's a button at the bottom of the website where you can do that.
Fantastic. So thank you very much, Arnav, for taking us through Scalar Forever, and what a powerful community it will be, a Scalar community that goes on to scale new heights. Fantastic. Good. Bye-bye for now. Have a great time.